And this lesson will be solving equations with combining like terms and distributive property. For example, we have an equation that has negative 4x, one term, but then we have this positive 3 multiplied by parentheses. That's where we're going to have to use the distributive property and multiply the number outside by each inside. Then we have plus 12, the constant, equal 13. So this one now is multi-step equation. If you have parentheses, first step is going to be distributive property. Distributive property frees or has the ability of getting rid of those parentheses. All the terms will be free. So first we're going to use the distributive property to rewrite the equation. With no parentheses. So right here, when we multiply, always make sure that you include the sign in front of the number as well. In this situation, we have positive 3 multiplied by 2x and positive 3 multiplied by negative 5. Rewrite the equation would be negative 4x plus 6x minus 15 plus 12 equals 13. So my distribution answer is positive 6x for first multiplication and negative 15 for second. Second step, what we're going to do is look in the equation and see on the same side of the equation if we have any like terms. So we're going to use combining like terms to simplify or rewrite the equation. So the like terms in this equation are the x terms here, 4x plus 6x. Different sign, subtract, keep the sign of bigger number, that would be 2x. And the constants can be combined and they have different signs, so subtract, keep the sign of the bigger number, that would be negative 3, and that would be 13. Bring down the right side of the equation. After that, third step, use inverse operations to solve one or two-step equation. In our situation, it's a two-step equation. So first we're going to add the 3 on both sides. I'll rewrite the equation here so we can see it. Add the 3 to create that zero pair. Bring down the variable term 2x. 13 plus 3 is 16. And then variable term is multiplication. Inverse operation is division. So I'm using fraction line for division. And then x will be 8. Let's see a few examples. Level 1, I'm going to have simpler problems than level 2. Add more steps and go on. I'll solve the left side of this paper. You're going to try the right, and then we'll check in class. So let's go ahead and start with level 1. By looking at the equation, I don't have parentheses, so I don't need to distribute. Next, I look at the same side of the equation and I see if there are any like terms that I can combine. Negative 12x and positive 8x are the same kind or like terms, so I can combine to rewrite the equation and simplify it a little bit. So negative and positive, subtract, keep the sign of the bigger number, combine like terms. That gives me one-step equation. Now I have this variable term where negative 4 is multiplied by x. So what I have to do is use inverse operation division and divide that negative 4. Negative divided by negative is positive 12. Here's my solution. Level 2. Let's see what happens here. On the left side, I have a constant, so I don't have much to do here. All my variables are involved on the right-hand side. So what we do is look, do we have parentheses? No, so we don't distribute. Do we have like terms? Yes, so we have to combine them. So I'll bring down this 17 and then combine 6m and positive 4m. 6 plus 4 is 10m. And then minus 3, the constant. So now I simplified a little bit my equation by combining the like terms. 6m and 4m, 10m, minus 3, the constant. Now I have two terms. First, I'm going to use the inverse operation on the constant and add that 3 to create a zero pair on the side where the variable is. Bring down 10m. 17 plus 3 equals 20. 10m is a variable term. Having the multiplication, I divide same number on both sides. M will equal 2. So here we have two-step equation. And first we had to add the 3. And then we had to divide the 10. Level 3. What if I have distributive property involved? That's when I need to multiply the number outside by each inside to get rid of those parentheses. So I will have negative 2 times x, that will be negative 2x. Negative 2 times positive 8, that will be negative 16. And then plus 4 equals 24. On the side where the variable is, I have two like terms. Those two constants can be combined. So negative 16 plus 4, different sign, subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number, that would be negative 12. Now I have a variable term and a constant. So first we add the 12, look for the constant. Add 12 on both sides. (24) plus 12 is 36. Variable term is multiplication. Inverse operation is division. So we divide by negative 2 both sides. And the x value will be negative. Positive divided by negative is negative 18. Level 4. I have a constant. Then I have a number multiplied by the parentheses. So that's where I'm going to use distributive property in order to eliminate the parentheses. Negative 2 is the constant. That stays. Positive 3 times 3x will be positive 3x. Positive times negative is negative 12. And then bring down the minus 5x equals negative 8. We'll look at the side of the equation where the variable is and see if there are any like terms that we can combine. So we have x terms and two constants. For the x terms, positive and negative, different signs, subtract and keep the sign of the bigger number. That would be negative 2x. For the constants, we have negative and negative. Same sign, add the numbers, keep the sign. That would be negative 14 equals negative 8. On the side where the variable is, we add or subtract the constant. The constant here is negative 14, so we need to add 14 to both sides. Create a zero pair on the side where the variable is. Bring down negative 2x equals negative and positive different signs subtract. Keep the sign of the bigger number. That is 6. Variable term is multiplication. Inverse operation is division. So we have to divide that negative 2. Always divide the same number. And x would be negative 3. When we divide different signs, the answer is negative. So on the right-hand side, when you solve for this problem number 2, in level 1, you are going to combine the like terms first, then solve for x. On problem number 4, combine the like terms first, then subtract 8, then divide. So in order to simplify the problem, always combine the like terms first. On problem number 6, now we have parentheses. So you're going to have to distribute by this negative 1, the hidden coefficient. The 5 is positive, and it has nothing to do with the distribution. But don't forget, if there is no number in front of the parentheses, there is that hidden coefficient, negative 1. So distribute first, then combine the like terms, then use inverse operations to solve. And problem 8 is the same hidden negative 1 right there. In order to distribute, you're going to multiply negative 1 times negative 3 and negative 1 times x. After that, combine the like terms and solve. Give that a try. We'll check our answers in class.